Well, welcome to the man cave. So, it's a beautiful day in Colorado. Watching Formula One on TV. We're here with the KTM 690. And I have a leaky radiator.
Just wants to go and go and go.
So I need to find out what the problem is, where it's leaking, see if I can't fix it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my Alberto Datori fairing in order to get at the radiator. Now, so that was kind of a problem when I was down in Mexico. I can show you what I did. So I had to take all this stuff off the seat, all the stuff for Deacon. Just to get to the actual filler cap so I could open it up. So there's no easy way. Look up in there. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Got to get this thing ready for the 2019 riding season now that I'm back from Mexico. I've got the fairing off. So here's the we're at the radiator. Here's the radiator cap that you use to fill it up with fluid, and of course the coolant overflow is up here. I was thinking about just adding a coolant reservoir to the fairing, but evidently you can't really fill up the radiator by using the coolant overflow. You have to go to the radiator, so I'm maybe looking at doing an extension or something. Some folks have said that this shroud that's on the fan rubs the radiator, so we need to take a look at that, and I'll get the bracket off and everything, and then we'll go from that. I'm going to take the plastic shroud off first, just to see if we can look and see if the damage is on the outside. Two screws out, the guard works out. Now that I've got that off, I think my buddy Chris is with me. We can take a look and see if there's any leaks on the outside. All right, it's going to add some water to it now. It's quite a lot of water, right? We'll see if anything leaks out, just if it's... Oop, there we go. All right, so this thing is fully out. All right, so we know, okay, this is just from me filling it. I guess I'll go ahead and...
I just saw a drip.
I didn't spend a lot of time looking at it before because I wanted to get back. We were like 20 miles from home, and I need to get back to the condo in San Carlos. And okay, now here we go. See that? Where's that coming from?
Back in there. You're right. You're right. You're right. I know you're right.
Again. So those screws get this reinforcing bracket. I really like this this thing, but if you guys had watched some of my other videos, you would have known that I'd fallen down and tweaked this thing and almost an inch warped it, and I was wondering if maybe that would cause it to, over time, the stress, the internal stresses caused it. So we'll take a look, and evidently I'm told we can get these radiators sealed up for $80. Okay, we just need to take this bolt bracket out of here, and unfortunately it's a little weird because there's a bolt on the other side and you have to get into the fan. See that? You have to loosen this nut on this side. So that, because it's kind of a rubber mounted deal. No, I like your help. I have the best neighbors.
Throwing sockets at you.
Got to make sure we get those spacers back in the right spot. That's all got Loctite on it. There we go. There we go. Or at least let it loosen.
Yeah, I'm just going to let it loose and rotate
let it
up
fall
out of
down.
the way.
Excellent, yeah. All right, so we've got a loose radiator. Okay, that's good to know, because when you're out in the field, right, you want to sit there and you don't want to take off too much, so at least we're getting an idea. This, see that little squirt right there? Okay, so let's disconnect the fan. Let me take it, you'll actually see it there. Lift it up and shake it up and down. See it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where it's, so it's not, it's at least 10 millimeters away from the actual fan shroud. Okay.
Where did you get the damage from?
I don't know.
What could possibly get and poke a hole?
My theory is that when I tweaked this thing with a crowbar, that we may have weakened something.
Yeah, look, it just,
See that? Yeah.
just wants to go and go and go.
All right. So let's pull the fan shroud, see if there's any more of those little go and go type leaks. We have an ejaculating or radiator. So in order to change the fan assembly, it appears you don't have to take the whole the fan out. Yeah, so
Two posts
one
on
screw.
the bottom, one screw.
Excellent. All right. So now let's see.
Yeah, look, it's just running
Yep,
now.
there it is. That's
But why is it running now with the fan off?
well because now gravity is just doing it. All right, so that's where we got. Let's put a piece of paper that shows where it is. Okay, I'm not going to buy a new radiator. I'm going to get this one fixed. Right above it, pointing right at it. There you go. That's exactly where that leak is. No place else.
Slide that back and then just slide the clip back and
I wonder about getting one of those fancy
there she blows. Oh! Nope, that's got regular fluid, so
that's okay. That's just the residue of what was below the
but there's
leak.
blue. Do you
That's
want
fine. That's fine. It's not. Let's go do this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm just
You could have pulled the drain off the bottom.
yeah. Oh, let's get your
Is there a drain on the bottom? I don't know.
Let's get your beautiful tool set out of the way.
Yeah. What are you messing up my driveway for?
Come on, it's almost
There you
over
go.
that flange. Almost over it. There she blows. Beautiful thing. There we go.
Excellent. See, when I was very clumsy. I couldn't figure out the release mechanism on this thing. Ended up breaking the latch right there. So that's why I have this. Get your thumb out of the way a second. So that's why I've got the safety wire set up to hold the connector on since I broke that latch. So if you're clumsy like I was, that's what you got to do. And being a ex-Navy guy, I know how to safety wire because I worked on aircraft in Vietnam, the F-4s. Okay.
Okay, So what does that do? Just pull straight out?
Yep. I
All
think
right.
I'll go try a smaller. Whoop. Da, da, da. Well, look at that. See, it was abrased. Saved me about $700 by taking a look at this. So I'm not going to order a new one. I just got a quote of $45. I'm a happy camper. What we're doing today is I got my radiator back, and you can see it was welded right there. And to put this back together again, you know, when you get the radiator, the fan is just held on with these by one screw. Okay, so and some people feel that one shop, he went and put some rubber right along in here because he felt it would, like, you know, touch the cowling or something if it vibrated. But I actually bent this part up a little bit. This is all aluminum, so it's pretty easy to do with a pair of channel locks. And so when I put this on, I'll have to tighten it down some more. Okay, so you can see it fits into the bottom little grooves here once you tighten it down. And but you can see there's almost a 4 millimeter gap all the way around, so it's not really touching anywhere. If I was to push on this, you'd have to really go far. So the impeller, the fan blades themselves aren't touching the radiator, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to add any more stuff to it. $243. I think KTM calls for $273 on almost everything. How did I get that on before? Hold on. Here we go. Okay, that popped right in. I'll go to the other side. Okay, that seemed to pop right in. So I'll just go ahead and get a pair of pliers and I'll go ahead and put that on. Okay, so I'll just grab the okay. I think that's where it was before. All right, and then we'll go to the, while I'm over here, I'll go ahead and take this off.
Do you want to try to connect up the fan before you mount it, so it's easier to mount?
But right now I'm just taking this part off. I'm gonna put that right on there. I'll go over to the other side now. Okay, do the same thing here. Okay. Okay, that's in there. Next we'll connect the fan switch. So here's this part. Get that sucker in there. Okay. I think that's in as far as it's going to go. Bring this up, run that bolt through there. I'm going to need 2 hands to do it. And same thing in this side. This is going to go in like that. Okay, so bear with me. I got one chance of doing this thing. You know, this is looking a little bit like it wants to be cross-threaded. I hope not. Alright, so the radiator is going to go like that. Let me get the bracket. Thank you, Chris. Let's put this on. And then with Chris's help, that'll go through there like that. The radiator goes through there like that, and then we'll have to probably lift up from the bottom, I think. Whoops. There we go. Excellent.
You're right.
That's the way I had it before. Yeah, okay, so that's out of the way now. Okay, good. So now we got to get back to the bracket, the switch. That'll come on later. I just need to get these brackets mounted up. And I'm going to put one on each side just to hold it in place.
I'm going to push that back into you a little bit.
I'm just going to get one, get it started in here. So that goes on the inside like that. I got it. I can't see it with your hand in the way.
Okay, I'll try to push it from this side maybe.
That's good.
So I can keep that bracket in for you while you're doing it.
So KTM Twins sells the same thing. This is actually the KTM power part, and it's all painted black. But the KTM Twins version is just bare steel. Might be stainless. All right, so this nut is a little bit awkward the way they've got this set up, and it might be worth trying to relocate it. So you can see I'm going to try to get it started here by just twisting on the rubber isolator. Okay, same thing goes here. Got the little rubber mount, got the Loctite on it. Push that into the radiator. And put the nut on it. Okay, since this again has a nylock, you don't really need the Loctite, but since I've already used it once, I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. And see if maybe I should have these while I had the radiator off. But every now and then you might have to change these out anyway, so you need to be able to. I actually do carry a spare of these. Alright, I forgot to mount my guard. We'll do that. Now I actually think this is all you need. You don't need the metal ones because hardly anything's going to get through this where they're getting. So I don't know the benefit of getting a metal screen on it. I kind of like the stock one where it kind of directs the air to the radiator, and so where the wheels are throwing up stuff, they'd have to spit something through this little particular hole. And if you look at all the screens, the screens have pretty much about the same size holes. So the only problem with this, it's not orange. I don't know, I could put it back together again, but so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up again tomorrow or the next day when I've got the little bit lower temperature switch. Okay, so thanks for watching so far. Okay, I'm back with working on the radiator. I've got several of these switches. This is the stock switch that came on my bike. There, 102 on. I don't know if you can see that right there, 102 on. Well, I went and bought this one because I thought I was lowering my temperature. But when I went back to look at this thing, this also says 102 on. So I spent money on this, and I've been riding with it for the last 4 years, 15,000 miles, and with basically the equivalent to the stock thermostat. So it's been working. But the idea initially was to get one that had a lower temperature that it would turn on sooner. Hold it, I'm going to get some stuff up there. Is that better? Okay, so this brown one, which I got, it's a Wells SW1888, and I'll show you a picture of it. I bought it off of Amazon, and on it, it's actually another model too, but you'll see that right here, I don't know if you can see it at all actually, but it says TAMA-93. Well, I looked up that, and a TAMA-93, if you look it up, looks like it's part of several Honda cars, whole line of them, that use this one. And when I look at the description, they said it's 93 degrees C. All right, so we're going down almost then 9 degrees C of when the thermostat's going to turn on. So we'll give that a wheel try. Give that a wheel. What the heck is that? All right, so okay. Now, when I originally put this, took this apart, I broke the latch. I could not figure out where the little restraint was on it, so I broke it, and so I'm going to have to safety wire this thing to make sure it doesn't fall off. You can see right now it just pulls off. It doesn't latch. So I will do that in a brief second, and then I'll go ahead and tighten these bolts back. Okay, I've got this safety wire here, which I've had forever, and you need it when you're doing road racing. for doing your drain plugs and things like that. And so what I'm going to do here, I'll go ahead and pull this off for a second, is I'm going to wrap the safety wire over a couple turns behind the nut, if I can get it in there. Let me get a pair of pliers. And then I'll cut it off. And then to make sure that you never, because it's really sharp and you can pierce your skin, you always kind of want to turn it back in like that. Okay, so that part's back in there. Cover that up. No one's the wiser that I was a total goof. There's a couple tie wraps we need to put on here that the factory uses to, so let me go get some tie wraps. This thing is all empty right now because I had the leak, but I need to drain it out of the water that I used to get back to town, and put that up there. So I'm taking off the skid plate. I think I'll get a Rich across the street has an all plastic bash plate. I took the stock one, in case you're wondering, and I added some cardboard, kind of masked it up what I wanted to get more protection, and then I covered it with fiberglass and then carbon fiber. And you can see it's taken a bunch of hits and other stuff like that. It's doing a pretty good job. Got some cracks, but the new KTM 690 is wider, so it accomplishes what I was trying to do with this skid plate. To drain the water out. All right, still a little bit blue, but that's all there is. Oh, there's don't want to lose that. That goes on the end of the bolt. Okay, I'll let that drain out, and I need to figure out how to get the water that's still inside the overflow reservoir out. So what I think I'll do is I'll take this tube and I'll blow it, and it'll come out of this part. So we'll see if that works or not. Let me go back in the plug wherever that was at. the Motor X official KTM, and of course it was $24.78, but I got a good deal at Elite Motorsports in Loveland. That's where I like to buy stuff from if I can. And since it's recommended by KTM, it must be good. So this is an organic acid technology, and so it's to help you stick to the wall. I like the Motor X stuff because it's got this really cool lid and the pour spout. So the oils are always great. So I'll get this started. Ew, it's pink. I'm in Mexico and I had my leak. I put in 2 1-liter bottles, and this is like a quart. So this should actually fill up. Not too sure what the total amount is. Okay. I still got at least a half a, there's the line right there. Over here, and I loosen this part until it came out a little bit, just to get rid of any air holes. Turn it on. Let's see, I've got the everything off. So when it gets up to 5 bars, we'll shut it off and double check it. I'm going to expect some strange smells coming off this as it burns off any of the coolant that was on the pipes or whatever. There's a nice sounding motor. We're at 5 bars. That only took 2 minutes. So we'll let it cool down. And then we'll take a look at the cool levels again. Alright, let's see if this is cooled down now. Yep, there's no bars showing, so. And I still show fluid right there. So it's right in the top. Let's see, and I still have Okay, so Deacon and I just got back for a ride. Come here, Deacon. Hey, Deacon. Anyway, so you can hear the fan. And let's see, we're at 8 bars up, 3 more to go with the engine off. So it turned on sometime before that on the way up. So I think we do have a slightly turning on beforehand. Good positive test. Deacon wants his... Okay, we'll do a trick. Bang! Okay, roll over. Nose. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, no, too soon. If you would have held it, you would have won it. Okay, hold it. 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 Go! Ow. Shake. Other paw. There you go. Off. Ah. All right then, so I'm pleased. I don't see any leaks anywhere. Good job.